I want to eat your babies. Welcome to Die.
Hello and welcome to Die.
I smell delicious.
We, of course, are your PlayStation education, and I am, and forever will be, Jamin, near and dear to my heart, Bassette, joined, of course, by...
James, the yellow dart. Bassette.
Yes, of course. And that flan's pretty loud. I'm going to go... Hold on, I'm going to alter this fan here so you don't just hear...
That's all they hear when we talk anyways.
And I'm back.
Good job, Twinkle Toes.
And so, as you probably guessed from our banter earlier, we are very excited. But that's just because our programmers made it this way. We're actually quite depressed. We are here to talk about none other than Gearsoft's Gearbox Software's Borderlands 2. Now, James, did you ever play Borderlands 1?
Nope.
I did. I played through only by myself, single player.
Aww.
And that game was a lot of fun. Multiplayer beats single player in the face, drags his body out to the back, and then buries it. So multiplayer, these games are made for multiplayer.
It definitely is, definitely.
So of course we had, there's 4 classes to choose from. There is the Gunzerker, there is the Assassin, there is the Siren, and there's the Commando. But of course, I also was able to get on sale a 5th character, the Mechromancer. So that's what I picked. I picked Gage, the Mechromancer. I think a Necromancer, but with robots instead of with dead bodies.
Yeah. I was the Assassin. The Zero, as the character's called. Mm-hmm. I even found the customized suit was called the Yellow Dart. So that was a sign from God right there. He was like, James, you're gonna be this character. I'm like, okay, no problem, Jesus.
It turned out pretty well. And of course, when you start up this game, you get to pick your characters. We picked our characters. There's actually 3 different paths for each character. So even though you were the assassin, you could have been sniper, you could have been up close and personal, you could have been backstabbing, you could have been invisible, all sorts of stuff. So which path did you finally choose to go down?
I kind of got a little bit of all of them. I tend to use my shotgun, the up close, more than my sniper, although I did use my sniper a good bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I got the ability to to be invisible for a little bit. All the extra damage you get from sniping people. As you can see, my knife, by near the end of the game, my knife did just as much damage, if not more, than my shotgun.
That was pretty legit. And along those same lines, we highly recommend, if you guys play this game co-op, divvy up the types of guns. So be like, okay, you're going to be shotgun, I'm going to be pistol, whatever.
Then we're not bickering over who gets what item.
Exactly. It worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah.
I decided to focus on the one that dealt with my robot companion, Death Trap. I still called him Claptrap anyways, just because.
Yeah, there's a character called Claptrap who got Video Game Character of the Year, and he's super funny.
Well deserved. Especially his birthday party mission.
Oh, that's so depressing.
I got way too much pizza. Do you want to take some home with you?
Stairs, my one weakness. No.
Along with being kicked a lot and
made fun of,
and adult onset diabetes. Anyway, great game. You need to play this, or at least Google Claptrap, and I'm sure you'll get some funny results. So along those lines, we set out there in Pandora to make a name for ourselves. Met a lot of great characters, like including the 4 characters from the first game.
Yep.
They're actually fully voiced and have backstories and everything. It was actually pretty neat. Like I was quite surprised. Of course, James didn't know who any of the characters were, so it was just like whatever. But speaking of which, the game took a lot of dark turns, didn't it?
Oh, very much so. Even with our humor, we found it hilarious for some of the things, especially Handsome Jack, the villain in the game. Some of the comments he would make and things he would say. Like, he actually pays you to go kill yourself.
Yeah, no, that's actually one of the missions. Is he says he'll pay you in this really rare material in exchange for you killing yourself. And you do it because you want what he's offering you.
And yes, you run and jump off a cliff and you complete the mission. So I mean, like, there's some really dark things. Like when you die, you get respawn, and the Hyperia respawn thing would make comments like, just between you and me, the person who did this to you is a total dick. Unless you committed suicide, then please disregard this transmission. And stuff like that. And it's super funny.
We sincerely hope you get revenge on whatever bastard killed you. Unless, of course, that bastard was a Hyperion employee. In which case, do not kill them.
Yeah. It's like, it was super, super dark. There's 1 or 2 points where we're like, ooh. But there's even a mission where you have to go and you have to find Jack's grandmother. And you get there, there's a bunch of bandits. He's like, oh no, bandits. And so you kill all the bandits. And you go in looking for his grandmother, and you find this puddle of blood on the bed. And you hear him start sobbing, and he starts laughing really hard. He's like, good, the bandits got her before you guys could save her. Now I don't have to pay him. You know, it's just because he hired the bandits to kill her, and then we killed all the bandits, so now he doesn't pay the bandits. It's like, oh, wow, you're a dick.
He's quite the character, that handsome Jack. Speaking of which, I felt like maybe we didn't get enough of the voice recordings. I want to think there's more to his backstory than what we got. What we did get is he was an ex-employee of Hyperion. I guess he didn't feel appreciated in his job, and he ended up making a little coup there, taking over the business. But they keep on referring to him as having plastic surgery and not looking the same. So it makes me want to think he was a character from the first game. I'm going to have to look this up on Wikipedia or something.
Was his name like John or something like that before he became Jack?
Yeah, his name was John. I'm trying to think of any Johns in the first game. John blanks. But speaking of blanks, we weren't firing too many of them. No. We had quite the awesome arsenal. For those of you who are uninitiated, the gimmick behind Borderlands is the idea of 1 gazillion guns. The idea that it's Diablo, the loot grind, but with guns instead of with mystical swords and spears and the like. And you get randomly generated loot every time you kill bad guys, and it's pretty exciting when you finally find a gun that's better than what you got.
Oh, definitely. And well, there's a treasure chest, and
we found a nice little glitch
in Sanctuary. And how it works is when you have to like buy these keys. These are special keys you can't get normally. And when you open the treasure chest, it gives you random items, but it matches your level. So they're usually super, super good, and you can equip them right away. Yep. Well, Jamin ended up buying a handful of keys, so my character had 11 keys.
I think we each start the game with one key, and then I think I got 10 keys when I bought Gage.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, he gave it to my character instead of his. So I was like, oh, I have 11 keys. We're pretty far in the game. Why not just use one? He's like, all right, fine. Well, next time we played, we realized that it regenerated the key. I was back to 11 again. So each time we would start over, I would go and open the treasure chest and get new items. So we were pretty well stocked, and to the point where neither of us died in the final boss battle.
No, although our shields stocked. Like towards the end game, our shields never got better than what we had before.
But our weapons, our class mods, our grenade. Oh my goodness, my grenade was legit. I mean, making it rain. It's pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, this game was a lot of fun.
Loads of fun. It really tailors to the Bassette sense of humor.
Oh yes, if you enjoy a dark sense of humor and you enjoy co-op games, this is this game. This is
the game, especially games. Well, like if you like long, actually putting hours into a game as well, because
we probably clocked that around. I would say like 35 hours, maybe somewhere around there.
That sounds about right.
We did all the side quests except for 3, and. Yeah.
There's no reason for it. We just end up fighting the boss battle. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess later we can come back and do the 3 missions, whatever.
Yeah, but the one mission requires you to be level 50, so we probably have to play through the game again. And
nah, maybe later. Do it. We're pretty legit.
Too legit to quit?
Oh, heck yeah. We got this. Bro.
Well, there's the 4 downloadable expansions. So what I'm thinking is, if those go on sale, I could pick those up. We go through those. By the time we're done with those, we're probably closer to 50.
Yeah.
Even if we're in the high, mid to high 40s, that probably is enough to attempt that task. Raid boss, bro. But yeah, game is a great sense of humor. Game's a lot of fun. Highly recommended in co-op. I played the first one. He didn't. So some of the changes they made. Slag is a new element. The slag wasn't in the original one. That came in handy sometimes.
It did. It did.
Especially with Claptrap or Death Trap.
It got really annoying when your character got covered in slag because she would say the same thing every time.
Every time, and it got so annoying.
Like piss and nachos. That's pretty funny. I just like piss and nachos. Yeah, we heard you. I just like piss. Oh my God, shut up. That's why I like the assassin. He hardly ever said anything. Yeah. And usually when he would say something is when we pause the game for a long period of time.
Why aren't we moving? Is somebody in the bathroom?
Yeah, stuff like that. So usually he only talked when we pause the game. Occasionally if you get poisoned or something, he would say something. Or if you use a specialty where you send out like a hologram of yourself and you turn invisible, he would make a comment about
fallen into my
trap, or you're being deceived.
Oh, speaking of which, there's a great mission where you have to steal the voice of Jack. And so, as soon as you're done with that mission, all the way up until you finish the next story-based mission,
Your characters sound like Handsome Jack.
so everything they say it normally, but in Handsome Jack's voice.
So
You're so great! I'm gonna build another arm just for high fives.
it's super fun, especially like when the assassin's supposed to be
tastes like pistachios.
Yeah. Well, the assassin never really says anything too humorous because he's like the serious character. So hearing him say the serious stuff in Jack's voice just was, it was magical.
And it was Gearbox obviously spending more money than they needed to.
But they're awesome. So
They're awesome. It's so crazy. This game came out not too long before Aliens: Colonial Marines, which is one of the biggest flops thus far of this year. So it's ironic. It's the same. It's entirely different teams, though, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the same company, and to go from one of the highest praise, one of the funnest multiplayer first-person shooter experiences on the current consoles, to not even 6 months later playing one of the most disappointing games of the entire year from the same company. It's kind of ironic. So Gearbox is kind of on the bubble right now when it comes to public opinion. Me personally, I'm just going to look for in the interviews, okay, which team was this? If it's the good team, I'm going to go with that one. This game took 3 years to make. So we're probably going to another good 3 years for the next one, which is fine because
Borderlands 2's been out for a while.
It came out last November, so a little less than a year. It's probably about 2 more years, which makes sense because there's another game coming next year, which is giving me a lot of Borderlands vibes, and that's Destiny. That's the new Bungie game coming out. Mm-hmm. So imagine if the guys who made Halo were to make a game like Borderlands. It probably won't have any of the humor, but like gameplay mechanics wise, it looks, you saw.
Yeah, looks pretty legit.
It looks really legit, and very big multiplayer focus. That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, so again, things that changed from the first one. Obviously, there's a lot more guns, a lot more variety to the guns. Like the ones like whenever you reload and you throw it like a grenade, like little stuff like that. Those didn't exist in the first game. Cinematic. This game was a lot more cinematic than the first one. The first one had a cinematic in the beginning, and then a cinematic at the very end. I think that was it. Like when you met new characters, there was no like Dr. Zed or Ellie or
Get your ride. I love Scooter. Get your ride.
But yeah, so this game did a much better presentation job. Much better presentation job, which gives me high hopes for the next one. That means hopefully they'll go even further down that particular rabbit hole.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Especially since this game had a bigger focus on story. Like I said, the first one didn't have much of a story at all. This one actually not only had a story, but it had sad moments, had serious moments, ups and downs, and I really enjoyed it. So, like with most things, A, James, did you like it?
Heck to the yeah.
B, would you recommend it?
Most definitely.
And C, to whom?
To anyone who likes video games, because if you're a video gamer, if you're a gamer in general, you're gonna like this game because the mechanics are good, the story's good, the world is ginormous, and it's got a great sense of humor.
Yes.
I mean, really, you're gonna like this game.
Most certainly. So I think Jana and JoJo would get a kick out of this game.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. If we can find some way to get 4 players together.
You can. You just need 2 systems.
I mean, like, because you guys have 360, I have to play a PlayStation, so we can't really play together. But next generation, we definitely need a Borderlands 3 to hook that up.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So any closing comments?
To play this game. Everyone play this game. The game's awesome. It's definitely one of the best games.
Definitely the most, probably, it's going to be hard.
Co-op.
Yeah, definitely in co-op. I'm sure it'd be just fine single player, but it's definitely best in co-op.
Yep.
I was gonna say this is probably one of the best games I played this year, but I played The Last of Us and BioShock. I played a lot of good games. This has been a fantastic year for gaming wise, even though I haven't been able to afford a lot of games.
4 months left.
I know it's been a great year for me. So definitely the best multiplayer experience I played this year.
Yeah,
by far.
Probably the only one.
No, I guess last year I didn't play any multiplayer games either. Last year it was all like Walking Dead and XCOM. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye-bye.